let's say, additional phase down just below cover 35 or 38 that we're going to have in the new default strategy, that one will be optional and having a different budget. So you can say, for example, okay, the market now went down more than 50% and all my covers in stage one have been consumed. So what to do now? You have two options. Number one, wait for the market to come back up again and start selling those individual covers one by one, or activate phase two. Phase two is basically having different budget, having different covers, where the bot is using 90% to bring down the average price. So you can just add, let's say, $500 to that one and let it work for you. So that works between the cover 35 up to cover, I think, 80 or something like this. I don't recall the numbers, but I have it already being prepared. You add budget to that and let it work for you. So it's going to be you consuming that additional budget in buying on the low market and helping that average price to come down faster. Because at that stage, it's actually using 90% instead of 50% to bring down the average price. So it's going to pull it really fast. But again, all of this doesn't really require all of these technical things that I'm talking about here, showing you the covers and all. You don't even have to open the next screen. On the same one, just click on default and then it works. Now, the only friction thing that we're discussing about with the development team is for the existing bots right now. We want to make it very smooth to move from the old default strategy, the new default strategy. And we might have given it a different name, but we will just make it as much as possible frictionless with the user. So it automatically goes to the next strategy without a user having to do anything.
All right, thank you, Raymond. Lynn Roush, you're up next. Come on in with the question.
Hi, so my question is much more basic. I think I'm very new to this, and so it'd probably be easier to answer than some of the others. So when we're setting up our bots, and like I have the advanced package with where you can do 10 bots. Do you? And I know that there's a recommendation of $600 per limit or whatever per bot. Does that mean that we need to have, if we want to set up 10 bots, that we need to have $6,000 in our USDT account? Because I know that I could set them up, but I don't have quite that much in my account. So how does that work? Is there a strategy behind the number of bots that we use based on the money we have available?
Yeah, that's a good question. Ultimately, the answer to that is really going to be up to you. So let's say you had $3,000 that you wanted to trade, and you could decide, well, I want to put that into 5 different bots, or I want to put it into 2 bots, and I want to trade, $600 across 5 different bots, or I want to trade $1,500 across 2 different bots. Ultimately, that decision is really up to you. We do really lean into the importance of diversification. I think you've seen some of the benefits of that in the examples Mohammed showed earlier. So that answer really is going to be for you to decide. Yeah, I think that's the simplest answer. You decide. You get to decide.
Okay, so we shouldn't put more, like right now, it let me set up 10 bots at $600 each, but I think there's more like $4,000 in the account. So does that
yeah, you don't want to do that.
Let me do it, but tone back to make it match.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is that the bot is trading based on what it believes it has access to. And that becomes really important if and when the market drops significantly. Those are cash reserves that the bot anticipates that it has to work with to dig itself out of a really deep dip in the market. And so if you've given it a budget, but that doesn't exist in the exchange, then you're going to run into errors, and it's just going to create a bad experience. So definitely don't want to do that.
Okay, so I need to fix that. And then I guess if we want to stop a bot, how do we know? Is there a time when that's a good thing to do? Like, how do you know when a trade is done? Is it something we just have to check on all the time? Like if I need to
actually don't. Yeah, good question there too. So you don't have to check on it. EazyBot has 2 different trading cycles. So there's a cycle strategy, and then there's a single cycle, or I forget what we call it. I apologize, but it can either go in a cycle or not. And so the cycle is when it opens and closes and opens and closes, and it just continues to cycle in and out of trades. The single strategy is where it will close the existing trade that it's running, and it will wait for you to start it again. So that's a good way to exit a trade or exit a coin that you might be trading. Whether or not you ever stop a bot from trading in cycle strategy is ultimately up to you. You don't ever have to. There are a number of people that will simply stay in the same coins and just let it continue to run forever. Thank you, Mohammed. That's where what Mohammed's showing on the screen now is where you would make that decision. So cycle, which it's in by default, just means it's going to keep running until indefinitely. And single is if you ever wanted to get out. You don't want to stop or delete a bot. You want to put it in single strategy, allow it to close that current trade. It might require some patience based on what's going on in the market, but allow the bot to close that trade for you. It will close it in profit. The funds are all going back into USDT, and then you get to decide what you want to do next.
Great, thank you. Very helpful.
Right. You're welcome. Great question. All right, Rendell, you're up next. Come on in.
Hi, this is Renee.
Renee, hey.
How's it going? I have a question, and it might be something similar to, you know, somebody creates multiple accounts, but it's a little different. I think if you can correct this, it actually prevent some confusion. So I was helping one of, I guess, my referrals set up, I guess, a bot, and I thought it worked, everything was fine, got a little green check mark on it, but then I went back a few days later and I noticed it wasn't, and it said API invalid or something to that effect. So I try to go in and, you know, delete that and reset it up again. So it allows me to delete the bot, but it does not allow me to delete, you know how you first set up the exchange, you say, you know, you name it and so forth. So now I tried doing a new one and it allowed me to do that. And it's still, again, I got the little check mark, but then it went back. So I think something to do with the API key. And I want to kind of start from scratch without having anything on there. And unfortunately, I'm not able to delete the exchanges on there. Am I able to delete the bot? And then when I can try to edit it, but it won't allow me to delete it. And so that's causing me a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of a pain to trying to set that up for one of my referrals. So is there anything that can be done with that? Yes.
Mohammed,
so I can see
Mohammed,
edit.
Yep. So more than likely, if you're getting an API error, it is that you may not have checked to give permission for the bot access to trade. So by default, you will get read-only access when you set up the API. And if you don't check, you've got to go into additional permissions, give it the option to check.
Yeah, I gave it because I've already set up a few of them, and
okay.
So yeah, I did the trade. Like I said, I get the green check mark, but then I get the, so I want to do it from scratch. I want to go back to, you know, Kucoin, get the API key, start all over again. But unfortunately, this is here. So is there any way that I can, and I can, you know, remove all of that? So would that help? But I was wondering if I can delete this section right here.
Well, about this section is we're going to have a delete button activated soon. But right now you don't have to add actually a new one. You can just come to the old one, let's say for example,
edit, yes.
And edit and then put the new phrase.
Yeah, I tried doing that. So I will try it again. And if it doesn't work, I will reach out to you through support. But yeah, I'll try it again today once, you know, because I obviously I don't have access. It's one of my referrals. I have to walk them through it. So that's fine.
No problem. Just if there's still some issues, just please contact the support that will be helping you.
Yeah, just wanted to say also that you guys have been doing a great job. And yeah, I'm looking forward to helping build this with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Renee. All right, Steve Essel, you're up next. See if you can unmute.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool. Just a quick suggestion, and then I'm going to follow up with a question similar to what the lady asked earlier. You might look at putting your total subscriber base maybe on the main web page, and as it increments, you know, we can see it on the web page, okay? Because I'm sure you guys have that in databases and stuff. So just a suggestion there.
Sure.
The other part is, I wanted to ask a question. When I first set up, I had $5,000 that I put in, and I made the choice to do 5 $1,000 currencies. But the more I see, and that was, I don't know, a month and a half or so ago, the more I see and hear about you guys talking and Mohammed talking about it, it seems like we're better off slicing it in smaller chunks. So instead of taking 5 $1,000, I might have been better doing, you know, $600 $800 or $800 $600 kind of thing. So I kind of want to get Mohammed's thoughts around more coins or less coins, you know, which kind of y'all's thought process. And I know this isn't anything I'm going to hold you to, just kind of what your opinion and what you've been seeing over the last few months.
Mohammed, you want to comment on that? Well, go ahead, Mohammed.
No, please go ahead.
I was just going to say, those are one of the. I'd love to hear Mohammed's thoughts on it. I'll share my thoughts. Is that it's speculative, right? You could have picked 5 amazing coins that have outperformed the average of all other coins, and right. if we could look at that and compare it on paper to all the coins, we may feel differently. So at the end of the day, it's really speculative, and it's not the business that we're in. We're a software company that's designed to allow you to execute your own strategy based on your own objectives. What our promise is that EazyBot will always close on a winning trade for you. And if you want to use a strategy that we know works, we've provided that for you as well. Outside of like how you divvy it up is really, really, really something that we would like you guys to feel confident in making those decisions.
Understand.
Yeah, I would add to that, like, look at this chart here now. 2 weeks back, Uni was giving the best performance. Now, 2 weeks later, Matic was giving better. When we looked at all the count that was having $81,000, if you remember, I don't know if you have been in the call, that have started in a completely different duration, and that on that one, TRX is the one that's giving the maximum profit. In another account, CRV was the best one given. It depends on the time duration and depends on how the coin has been fluctuating during that time. So it's really difficult to know which coin is going to be performing better tomorrow. So I would advise you to put like the money in as many coins as possible and let it do the work. Then it's going to be surprising you like this. The next month you'll see completely different coin that you were not even been thinking about is outperforming.
Understand. One other quick question. Any update on whether, or can you give us a strategic roadmap on whether we're going to be able to lower the 600 per coin minimum anytime in the near future?
Okay, for the Kucoin, you can already use as low as 300 per coin, and for the strategy, it will be working as good as the 600.
Oh, you can go down to 300. I wasn't aware of that. Okay.
Yes. But you have to, for the time being, you have to untick the default strategy. Like when you, let me show you here in this account. Just give me a second. Oh. Yeah, let's go here, for example. Okay, let's say you want to start a new bot with Kucoin and okay, and you want to start with 300. So the first thing that you need to do after giving it the name, after selecting the exchange and selecting the coin, here you put a 300. It will not accept if you have the default strategy ticked on. So untick the default strategy. Once you untick it, still the settings will be as good as the default settings. And then you save it. Then it's going to start immediately without having problems. It still is going to be buying into the market up to 51% or more, market down, and 300 is going to be enough for you. Because Kucoin is allowing smaller trading portions, smaller trading volumes than Binance. Binance is allowing as low as just $11 or $10. It cannot allow lesser than $10, but Kucoin can allow. So if you see here, now when it goes to 0.55% of the initial order, which is $10, is going to be like $5. $5 will not work in Binance. And that's why it works for Kucoin. For Kucoin, it can go in some coins as low as $3 or even $1. You can trade that. So, but some coins can go as low as just $5 or $4. So that's why we make it as 300 for Kucoin and 600 for Binance. So to activate the 300, you have to untick the default settings and then say that it's going to go active immediately.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, next up, we've got Mary and then Ronette, and we're gonna wrap up with, last question will be with Ronette today. So Mary, see if you can unmute, come on in.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I appreciate that. I I just want to make sure that you know how wonderful your support team is.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome. I am so new to cryptocurrency, a little bit of experience with foreign exchange, little bit, but I can just say that your support team is wonderful. I had a problem. I was on your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday call. Before that, though, I had written support about my issue. And just want you to know that Breezy helped me out on that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday call. And by the way, the next day, I got a response from the support team as well. Just for anyone who is new and has very little experience, you can't beat a new system unless you have the best support. And I'm just thrilled with what you're doing. Just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you. And it really just goes to speak how proud we are of the product, that we're willing to represent it and support it and help our users to be successful with it. So thank you so much for that testimony.
Thank you, Mary, very much. We appreciate that. And yes, you're absolutely right. The support is like one of the things that we have been thinking about since the beginning, even before we start the company, before we start EazyBot, because this was a pain point for us in the previous, if you know the story of EazyBot, it was one of the biggest issues that I personally faced, David faced, everyone faced in the previous spot that we have been trading with. Apart from the technical issues, I have tried myself to reach out to them many times for support, for me to be able to support them, but I never got a feedback from them and so on. At that time, the supporting, the leaders of the supporting that we have at the moment, which is Breezy and Peter, were like doing a support for free to all the members in that, but for the team, without getting any compensation from that company, without getting compensated by the members, without having those members in their team. Actually, they're being completely different teams, and that's why we wanted the same people to be with us here in EazyBot. They were like doing an incredible job there, so we wanted them to be part of EazyBot. That's why we brought them here. It's really important to get the right people at the right place, and I think they are the best people that we can ever find to have the support team. So a big shout out to Breezy and Peter. Thank you very much, guys, and keep doing the good job.
All right, last question, comment is Ronette. Come on in.
Yes, no, I second what Mary just said. I mean, not only does the bot stand by itself and separate from anything I've ever seen, so is the customer service. So really appreciate you all. That's so awesome. I had a question about, because I think this is a great marketing tool in itself, is the 750,000 closed trades. And like the person said before, positive trades, winning trades. What is the time frame for that? So I can know for marketing.
Yeah, we started live trading in EazyBot on March 16th.
March 16th, okay.
Yeah, and right now we're on a trajectory. We anticipate, of course, we don't know what the market's going to do. We know that EazyBot, the more volatile the market is, the more trades we see closed on a daily basis. We average, I believe, give you guys that number. I think we're averaging something like 3,000 trades closed per day. So I'm sorry, 7,500, right between 7,500 and 8,000 trades closed per day is where we've been averaging. So on that trajectory, depending on what the market does, we could cross the 1 million mark here before the end of July, which would be an amazing, amazing accomplishment.
Wow.
Yeah,
So much.
I think it's going to be also a good idea to share how much our customers have made in profit, not only the number of trades, but how much they have made in profit. So at that point of time, when we cross the million, we're going to share that publicly with everyone.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so we've got a giveaway. If you guys are, hopefully you're still hanging out with us, 231 people on the call still. I want to ask Bren Blaze, are you to close us up today? And we're going to choose a random winner to be our VIP person, our VIP giveaway winner today. Let me see if I can get Bren. Oh, Bren, sorry, I just saw your message. Can't unmute. All right.
Well, not much, but I would like to really thank everyone who have been with us for the last 1.5 hours on this call, and we really appreciate your time, and I hope that it's been of value added to you, of understanding more the bot or understanding the people more coming to meet us. And one important thing is that look for the Founders Club, because the Founders Club right now, we are a very small company. And we will have only 1,000 members into that Founders Club. It might be less, we don't know, but we are shooting for only 1,000 members in the Founders Club. So in a couple of years from now, right now, we are only 35 or 30 members. When we are 1 million members and everyone is trading, imagine what would be the revenue, what would be the 5% of the revenue. So this is really going to be a good number in the future. So a little bit of work you do now, for lifetime earnings, or as long as the company is live and active, we're committed to paying that 5% to our founder club members as a thank you for your contribution in helping us to grow fast in a short time period. Thank you very much, guys, and appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Mohammed. And Mohammed, just want to say how much we appreciate you and how much you give to the company. We know that you've been taking care of the family. All our best to your wife and your daughters. You're nursing them back to health. Thank you for taking some time to be with us and to be with the membership, to represent EazyBot, to answer questions. What an exciting journey that we're on, and so proud to be a part of it. All right, guys, we have a randomly selected winner that's on our call today. Renee, would you post our giveaway winner for today? Drop that name in the chat for us. Guys, get some reactions going here. And we're gonna allow you guys to unmute. We're coming up to the end of our call. And there we go. James Borrough, congratulations. James Borrough, you're our VIP winner for today. James, please, if hopefully you can hear. If you want to unmute, you're welcome to. I'd love to hear a little bit about your story, what brought you to today's call. If you're in the position to, please jump in. We'd love to hear from you. If not, at the very least, we're going to keep the call open for a little bit so you can reach out to Renee, and let's get some information from you. Find out if you're an existing member or not. Let's see if you can. All right, Ronette said you're on. All right, Ronette, you're on Ronette's team. Fantastic. Good. All right, James, congratulations. Welcome to EazyBot. We hope you put that VIP package to good use. Guys, you can use it for yourself. You can gift it to someone else, and but put it to good use. Congratulations again, James. You guys, will let you all unmute yourselves as we get ready to call it a day. You now have the power of the mute button. Thank you again for your time. We appreciate you. We'll be back. When's our next call? We'll make an announcement when we'll do another special call, probably before the end of the week, just to align with the close up of VIP and our contest. So look out for a special announcement. We'll try and stick in a special call here this week. Once again, congratulations, James. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Have a fantastic week.
Great job, Jacob.
Bye now.
Congratulations.
Love it.
Thanks, everyone. Great call.
Congratulations,
James.
Congratulations.
you, Renee, for your help.
Awesome.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
James.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations, James.
Part of the Founders Club.
Hey.
Fantastic training. Awesome.
Bye. Take care.
Great training.
Everybody get on the support calls Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Happy Eid el-Adha.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Thank you.
You're EazyBot. Thanks all. Appreciate it.
Thanks and congratulations.
If it adds up to 100 USDT, push those back.
push those back and think about making an investment this week. So if you love your fast food, whatever it is, you know what? Say this week I need this to get myself on that white list. Look, we have to make sacrifices, because we're looking into the future. Remember, that's what we're looking at. So try to make the sacrifice, guys, so you can get that yellow box this week. Okay. Keep tuning in, sign in, guys. Doesn't matter. Sign in once, twice a week. There's always information coming in. And from what I can see and all the questions, a lot of members are not, and that's why they're missing out. I can't do it for you guys. Every member have to do it for themselves. Because guess what? If you guys all decided to go over, when you decide to go over into Hyper NFT, Hyper Nation, everyone is going to have to do some work for themselves. Everyone has to do some work for themselves. On Hyperverse, we actually hold hands. Let me just put it that way. We hold the hands and we teach and we guide and we do everything in our part. Even if we don't know it, we try to figure out just to get you guys up to par. You're gonna be held accountable for your actions over there. We'll be there to help when we can, but it's a level playing field because we're all new going over there. We're all new going there. Okay. I get really, I don't know, I get really upset when when we have to keep saying the same thing over and over, because sometimes, I always go back, and I'm not saying this to any of you guys, but I always look at my children and what I demand from them, you guys have no idea. And I feel like I expect the same from every member. I used to be the same at work. I demand a lot because I should not be at any level higher than anyone. I expect all of us to be on the same level. And when I don't get that and don't see that, it really bothers me. I go to bed, think about these things. Because we want everyone to succeed. And in order to do so, we all have to do some work. We all have to do some work. And that is my expectation. That's just me.